welcome to really episode 1 of
Combat Talk.
Yeah, I don't even know Combat Talk. Just to give it a little intro, we have, I don't know if you haven't heard our other pod, we have another pod. We we like to talk about a lot of random shit, but one of those things that we like to talk about is combat sports. And there's just so much about combat sports, and damn near every weekend there's something going on about combat sports that we felt like we were cramming too much.
Yeah.
And on top of that, our other pod used to be about an hour and a half, which right now where we're at right now, starting off and stuff like that, it just seemed like too long. We weren't giving out the best content possible at an hour and a half because, like I said, it's too rush and just dynamic isn't there yet, right?
Yeah.
So now we decided to break it up into 2. Still the same page, still the I don't even know pod, but this is the combat branch of it, combat talk branch of it.
Yeah. And then recently, of course, we want to test it out and there's nothing. Like, there's no fights or nothing going on.
Right. Which is, I guess it's a good thing,
Yeah.
Kind of ease into it. Because like the first pods, there was so much shit going on.
The Canelo fight weekend,
the Ryan,
the
Rolly,
NOA,
and all that. Yeah. Fucking crazy. And then, but anyways, so yeah, welcome to Combat Talk.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this?
Good.
Man?
Good.
Yeah.
I feel like having 2 different podcasts on the same channel. I feel like I'm pretty sure I told you Joe Rogan does it. Like, he has the JRE or whatever, like the regular, and then he has the JRE MMA or whatever. So
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's good too. Like I said, because I know, our listen's been going up a little bit, still in the single digits, but on some of the videos. But hey, it's something. Some of my friends have been giving me feedback, and they try to support, but some of them don't care about combat sports,
Yeah.
But do enjoy. They were saying, my homie and his girl was telling me that they've been listening to it. They both listen to it, so they're good friends of mine. The one that the bartender I was telling you about, and he said he liked our dynamic.
Yeah.
It was funny, yeah. So it's
That's
good
good.
feedback. But again, like I said, but some people, not everybody's into combat sports, and the people that are maybe want to hear more about us.
Yeah.
So now this whole podcast lets us dive into it,
Deeper.
not rush.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot for 45 to an hour. I think that's easily digestible, good enough for now. Might get longer,
Depending on how the weekend is, because sometimes it'd be a stacked weekend full of boxing and MMA. I feel like sometimes it's just hard to digest everything.
Right. And then besides that, I think like obviously we'll talk about what's going on that weekend and those fights and stuff like that. We'll talk about our take on like the possibility of fights coming up or what's next, but also it's combat talk. We can just talk about random stuff, just about the combat world. If there's no fights, maybe we might want to hit on a topic that's, trending in the combat world, or a debate that people are having in the combat world and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be really fun for us. We talk about this shit all the time as is, so might as well fucking record it and post it on here.
And then you call me for something quick, fucking turns into like 40 minutes of us.
Right. Yeah, man. Sometimes either I call Pedro calls me after fucking the fights on Saturday.
Yeah.
Just to fucking bitch about
something,
because we always got something to bitch about it,
like everyone else.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I feel like we just never can be happy with it. Like, we love it so much, but we hate it so much, because it's like we always watch a fight, it's always like, oh, that was bullshit, because
it'd be like the fights you're like expecting to be good, fucking.
Yeah, I think that's also kind of like the world that we're in right now with combat sports. Everything's so like,
everyone wants everything to be good.
No, but like the fighters, like, I don't know, they're just not
how,
like, the most famous fighters aren't necessarily the most
famous.
No. Like, the most famous fighters aren't the most entertaining. They might take a safer route. Yeah. Or, especially in the boxing world.
Yeah.
Once
that O goes away, people count you out.
Right.
But that's why I like MMA. It was like, if a fighter loses, the fans, especially like on Instagram, TikTok, they post edits of the fighter. Like, after they lose, they post like almost like a little nice montage of them like winning a fights or whatever. Like
Right. I mean, I enjoy it like those edits right now when it's like the underdog
yeah,
versus like right now it's Charles
and
that's gonna
Ilya,
that's gonna face Ilya. Those fucking. But then when the really good
Dustin,
edits was Dustin.
Dustin, and I need a
Yeah,
hero.
that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
I like when they do the Rocky thing. He's
yeah,
like, you can't win.
yeah,
You know.
yeah,
He's like, cause I'm scared. Adrian.
yeah, man.
But yeah, man. But get into it to this weekend. Not much going on this weekend except for
Charlo,
Charlo and Plant fight.
which they're not fighting each other. They're fighting on the same card, which
Right.
a lot of people think they're fighting each other. They're not. They're fighting. I guess they're building up to it. But Charlo said he was like, "I'm not sure if I'm want to fight Plant," and I'm like, "Bro, you literally got bitch slapped by him. Like, no disrespect, but
Right.
like, you can't get slapped up like that.
Right. Right. Man, Charlo got that.
He ain't a lion.
He
He a little
nah, he
kitty
got that
cat.
check. He got that big old check now. He don't got
From
it.
who? It's the other Charlo.
Oh,
He's the twin.
I always get him. Oh, my bad. Because he was supposed to fight. Never mind. That was who was supposed to fight Canelo.
Yeah. but
Gotcha. Yeah,
was-
see, I don't necessarily care for the Charlo brothers. They
They're
just
pretty good, but it's just, dude, his I have his box rec. Dude, he's so inconsistent. Like, the last time he fought was Jose Benavidez, November of 2023, and before that, he fought in the summer of 2021, and then before that, in 2020.
he's the one that had legal issues, right?
Both of them do.
But he's the one that beat his wife or something like that, right?
I think both of them
Oh
did.
shit! Because it runs in the family. Damn.
The one that got the check from Canelo also,
Yeah,
but I think this one he went to jail.
because he was supposed to fight Canelo,
Yeah, but
but I know he got into that shit with
No.
his wife or something like that.
I think he had been going through mental issues or something, like
Mm.
mental health stuff. So, but
Yeah, I mean, again, and then obviously we're big fans of Plant.
yeah.
I mean, you've been on Plant forever.
Pause.
Okay, that's not what the fuck
No.
I meant. Nah, but
He
you fucked with Plant since, I mean, way before Canelo.
yeah. Sweet hands. This is
Is that what your boyfriend calls you, sweet?
you weird. No, Plant got that. He got that shit on though. Like when he be bought like,
You saw the breads?
Yeah,
you sent it
bro.
to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like I like a fighter that can mix fashion in well. Like
Well, like I told you, I feel like
Devin is what.
yeah, Devin Haney thinks he's got that style. Like that's what he thinks his style is. Like Devin Haney dresses like shit.
Yeah, because Plant, I feel like same thing with the shorts. Like, the shorts can't be too long or too short. I feel like there's
No.
at least for me, because there's some people that like all the tassels and all that shit.
Right.
Like Plant has the tassels, but I feel like
But his are also like right above the knees. His shorts
Yeah.
aren't like
I
below the
couldn't.
knees.
I couldn't do it. Like them shits touching me. That's gonna annoy me.
I hate the fucking my least favorite boxing shorts are the Spartan,
Oh.
things like where you have the fucking what's that shit called, the compression shorts under it.
The whole ass cheek showing.
Like when fucking what Big Baby Anderson when he
Yeah.
got knocked out and he had his ass cheek out,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That's what I be thinking about, man. If I get knocked out, I got my booty hole out. Fuck that. But
Fuck.
anyways,
I don't know. All that shit sweaty and all that. What's the word? I feel like never mind.
for what?
Swamp ass.
Oh, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Yeah, sure, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, they're both fighting
on the same card.
your cousins or something. Just
Yeah.
random.
Mexicans.
Yeah, man. I mean, isn't one of them undefeated or something like that?
I think they're both.
They're both undefeated?
No, one of them has a loss. No, yeah, they're both.
No.
They both have losses.
One of them is young too, right? Like early 20s, I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know enough about them.
Yeah, neither do I. It's my first time seeing them fight, so
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think I'm more interested. Like, I'm more hyped for the Plant fight just because I'm a Plant fan.
yeah.
But I'm interested to see how Charlo is coming back after damn near 2.5 years off.
Yeah.
Almost.
Because the
And
last time he was consecutive, like back-to-back fights was 2019.
damn.
So
Yeah, I mean that inconsistency gets to you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say it like that's just such a big deal because it's like think about this. Even like us on a fucking fuck around level, right?
Yeah.
If you don't spar for a month, you come back, you flinch a little bit. You know, you're like, oh shit.
Your timing's off and all
Yeah,
that.
but even
Fuck.
just a flinch, I be thinking about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta
Wire your brain.
rewire your brain. Then like, okay, I can get hit. You know, then you get hit a couple times. You're like, all right, I'm good, right? But think about this on a fucking professional level. You know,
Yeah.
you got fucking little ass
Yeah.
gloves, real power coming straight to your fucking face. I think that plays a part. As trained as you want to be, I think that takes a part because I don't know. I mean, I understand like there's a build up, there's camps, there's hard sparring, but it's different,
Yeah.
man.
Someone was trying to tell me that they spar with them low ass gloves, and I'm like, they don't spar with those gloves.
Yeah, no.
Because one, there's no point in you taking unnecessary damage, especially with those little gloves.
Yeah.
I was arguing with this was a while ago. I was arguing with I'm not trying to say names, but
Yeah.
she went to the gym.
Uh-huh.
She was like, oh, they spar with those little gloves. I'm like, no, they don't.
Yeah, no. However, I have heard that like the fighter, like the one that's actually gonna fight, sometimes they fight with smaller gloves than the dude that like the training partner. So he gets used to like landing like the shots like accurately into the feel of those gloves.
Nah, I don't think they go like hard sparring, more like technical.
Right. Yeah, but I don't think they go when they do that. I don't think they go 100.
This is stupid.
But I think the other guy never uses like the training partner never uses small gloves just for not to like. I mean, worse than a cut or something, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they do it. But I have heard like some fucked up. But I think that's like fucked up though. Like that's there's fucked up gyms out there that like they treat like training partners like fucking dog fights. Like they're just sending them to get mauled. You
That
know.
hurt beginners.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like, especially with certain gyms. Like, even if you've been boxing for a while, like don't like you have to build up to it. Especially if you switch gyms, I feel like you gotta ease into it.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, I've seen online some gyms where it's like,
and the sparring culture.
Yeah, I think there's two types of gyms, right? There's like the gyms that it's like a team environment. Everybody's genuinely there to like get better, and it's like a real team,
Yeah.
And then there's the gyms where it's just like
solo.
There's a group who's like there to make it, and then everybody else is just like fucking toys to them, you know. And they will do everything for that group of people that's has a chance or has potential to keep going forward, and they don't care if they hurt newcomers or something like that, or even like some people just spar like
poster sparring like
like a beginner, and you can tell the guy's got like fucking
flinching with both hands.
He's got the
title.
He's got the
the title shoes,
the Everlast gloves like from Dick's Sporting Goods, those type of things. And it's like, and the other dude's in the full winning gear, and he's fucking the other dude up. It's like, come on, man.
I see some stuff like that on Instagram, and
I do too. I don't like that.
Same thing with posting sparring. Like I feel like sparring is like maybe if you're like a professional, it's posting like little clips of like to like a little montage. Like, have you seen how Mungia does it?
A little bit.
He posts like him throwing a jab or whatever, and I feel like that's fine.
Yeah,
because you got to promote yourself. Because I feel like you don't even have to be the best boxer, as long as you have good promotion of yourself. I feel like you can make it.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. I agree with that, but going back to what we said initially, I think that's what has fucked up the game a little bit.
Yeah,
where it's like, if I can be entertaining online, I don't have to be entertaining in the ring.
Yeah,
like
I think you have to a little bit, but
I mean you do, but you don't. Like you do because you're gonna have commentators and everybody talk shit. Like, were you gonna say like Haney and them or?
Not necessarily, but yeah.
Like but using that weekend, right? You got Haney, Ryan, right, and even Canelo, right? Such big names, especially with their online presence.
I'd say Ryan, like, he's not the best fighter. He's not like, I think he could be one of the best fighters right now, but I'd say he's like a B plus, maybe A minus type of fighter.
I don't know about
like.
I don't know about B plus.
Okay, but
maybe B minus,
I'm saying,
especially after his last performance.
I'm saying he brings in more people than Ryan, and they're better.
Then Devin.
Yeah, and Shakur,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and it's just one from him like posting on Instagram, and that's what they called him. Like he was just like an Instagram
Yeah.
influencer.
Yeah. They said Instagram champion.
Yeah,
That's what they called him. Yeah. I mean,
and then people just forget. Motherfuckers like he's been boxing since he was 8, 9,
right.
multiple time national champ or whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, to your point, and like I said, I didn't mean as a disrespect either to like call him a fucking C
Mm-hmm.
or B minus fighter. Because to your point, I think he could like he has the build, the athleticism, the speed, the power to become like
Oh,
one of the best. But maybe it's a discipline thing.
yeah,
Just the way that I see that he interacts with coaches and him being online and like you were saying, how like sometimes his coaches be talking to him and he's just not even listening.
Yeah.
Like this last fight.
he's going to surgery. He's
For-
having hand surgery.
Oh really?
Yeah, he got his hand hurt during training camp. That's what I just saw. So maybe that's why he didn't perform as good.
I don't
But
know about that. I don't. Because he started off hella aggressive
yeah,
and then he got knocked down and just completely shut down.
yeah, but also especially if it was like his left hand, I could see why he could have been like. Especially afterwards, he's like, "Oh shit, I don't know."
I don't
But-
know. He kept trying to throw it.
Yeah.
Broly just knew to keep his hand up. He actually, maybe after getting his ass whooped a couple times, really learned how to keep his hands up
Switched
now.
coaches,
Yeah, that's yeah.
Cuban.
He's in Cuba out there now. So I don't know, but to your point, yeah, I think if they promote themselves, they can. I mean, yeah, you become a brand. That's the thing. I think that's the biggest difference nowadays, where boxers are brands. Like their name is a brand.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to before, maybe it's tied to that belt that you had.
Yeah.
Or you were tied to that promoter that you have. You know, you were. Now it's like you're an individual. You may have a promoter, you may have a belt, but no one knows who your promoter is.
Yeah.
If you have a big enough name.
Or even going to the Olympics, that was just a big head start.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Having a gold medal, silver, bronze, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then, I guess, they'd give you a signing bonus if you had an Olympic medal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they gave you a good check.
Yeah. What you call it? Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like it for the fighter. I think a fighter does deserve to win a good amount of money.
Because Ryan's made a good amount, like, bringing him up, because I feel like he's the best, like, example.
Right.
He's probably made more money than Devin and Shakur combined, really.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, probably just,
A lot of the top boxers.
I mean, I know like Tank's name is big regardless, and he always does well, but look at how big of a gap it is. Because his two top fights, I know his number one fight is with Ryan.
Yeah.
And I don't know what his number two fight is with. Fuck, I just saw it too. I don't know who his number two fight, but it's a big gap.
Yeah.
Like it's a real big gap.
It's like, I think Tank averages like 250, and then the one with Ryan was like 1.2, I think, pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
And that was Ryan's first pay-per-view.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I like Ryan, him coming up. Like, I don't know. Maybe because I didn't get to experience the what's his name? Oscar, like the golden boy era, you know? And like to me, he was like the golden boy of this era, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of neat to see like a like
comparison.
Yeah, like that, but this motherfucker, man, this fucking Pedro has a knife he's been playing with all fucking day. So I think that was my hype when I saw Ryan. I'm like, this is kind of dope, like pretty boy and like flashy. He's got all the women. He's got like all this fashion and all this shit. Kind of slick with it, suits and slick back hair and stuff like that. Like I like that like suave type of fighter, you know. But I don't know his
and women fan bases too. Those are the ones that be paying.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it's dope. I mean, I support it. You know, it's interesting to see how you can like obviously just for looks, you're bringing in the women.
Yeah.
And then like
where the women go, the men go too.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, though, if you're performing, then the men are hyped about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're like,
and they
damn.
can't talk shit like
Exactly.
he's just a pretty boy.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's weird. I don't
still
know.
Beat Haney though.
Yeah, I don't know. You think they're still gonna make that rematch?
Yeah. No, I heard Devin don't want to fight him no more.
I genuinely hate Devin, man. I can't stand you want to talk about online presence? I can't stand him, and especially can't stand his dad.
Oh yeah.
Just fucking I just don't know how they don't have someone around them that takes the fucking phone away from Bill Haney.
I feel like Devin's likable, but it's just his dad.
Maybe. Maybe.
I feel like the interviews with like when they had all the fighters, I feel like Devin was like he wasn't that bad.
Maybe, but yeah, I mean, maybe. I definitely don't like his dad. His dad. It's just I just don't know how they don't have somebody in their circle that's like, yo,
shut your old ass.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Give me the phone. Delete your Instagram. Delete your Twitter. You can't post because you're fucking up everything. I feel like Bill Haney just fucks up everything. Because, like, I don't know. I haven't seen enough Haney's personality to also. Because I always feel like
his dad.
Haney's personality is his dad's personality.
Yeah.
Like, he tries to act like his dad or vice versa or whatever it may be. But, I don't know.
Yeah, and then...
the funniest fucking rollies in script always kills me. He went live and he was, like, eating.
Uh-huh.
And he's like... What the fuck was that?
My bad.
He's like slurping fucking food while he's on live. And he's like talking. I don't know what he was talking about, but Rolly's so fucking funny to me, bro. Rolly's just one of those dudes too that like he's kind of like the uncle that went pro. Like he should never like not that he should have been pro, but you don't expect a dude like him to go pro. And he just
be saying bullshit.
Yeah.
Like when they were interviewing him, they saw him in Las Vegas and they're like, "Oh, me and Bill have something to tell y'all." And he's like, "What?" The dude interviewing, he was just like, "I'm actually Devin's biological father."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then the dude that was recording was like, "Man, I thought you were gonna say something serious." He's like, "I am."
Yeah.
And then his fucking facial expressions are so fucking funny because he look like someone said he looks like he always has something. He's always scheming something.
Yeah, he's funny as fuck, bro. I love Rolly, man. He's always been funny to me.
And then Bill Haney posted a hit list.
Yeah, I saw that.
Number 1 is T.O., 2 Shakur, 3 Tank, 4 Boots, 5 Brian,
crazy.
Brian Norman, 6 Mario Barrios, 7 Keyshawn Davis, 8 Rolly, 9 Connor, 10 Ryan Garcia.
That's funny. I don't know, man. That's
the only person that calls out people for Devin to fight is Bill.
That's funny.
I think
I wonder if Devin's ever like, bro, shut the fuck up. I don't want to fight him.
I don't want to fight Boots, man.
Yeah.
Tank, he can maybe handle the power, but I don't know. Boots is just
man.
Boots is just too big.
Yeah.
And then he's too. I would want to. I don't know. I don't think.
Out of those 10 people,
who does he lose to?
Yeah, I mean, who does he beat?
I don't know. T.O.
I think me personally, I think the list of who he beats is a lot shorter than who.
He could be Barrios.
At what weight though?
They're both at 147 now.
Wasn't his last fight still at 140? Haney's? No? Oh.
Barrios. Maybe Keyshawn. I don't know. Connor Ben, for sure.
Connor Ben, yeah.
Shakur maybe. I feel like it'd be a very technical fight, but I feel like it'd be interesting. Because I feel like sometimes those boring fighters, like especially for a fight like that, they'd be like super technical, but they'd be throwing a lot of punches.
I was about to say too. I think power wise too. Like I don't think either of them would be scared of
each other's power.
So you might see
like a good fight.
Yeah, like a good fight.
Have you seen them sparring?
No.
It's very technical, but it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's funny, kind of like how you always say, like styles make fights. Like that's one of those situations. Since they won't necessarily like be scared of each other's power, I think they'll get more into it as opposed to like most of those people on that list.
It's like for UFC where it's like wrestlers versus strikers versus strikers.
Yeah.
It's the wrestlers that be throwing hands.
Right.
And then the strikers be wrestling.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like it'd be something like that. Tank, I don't know at what weight, because Tank's fights at 130, Devin's at 147.
Yeah, I don't think Tank wants to go anything over 140. He
No.
said it, right? He's
Yeah.
like, he would never go over 140 anymore.
Mm-mm.
Which is kind of interesting at his age to still make that weight. I know he's a small guy, but still.
Yeah.
To make that weight.
And then Tio, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him being, I don't know.
I don't know.
Tio can't cut off a ring to save his life, though.
Yeah, but I think he might be active enough to take the decision.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I think Tio will be the aggressor in that
Yeah.
in that fight, and Haney will be on
The back foot.
the back foot. And I think because of that, but to your point, again, styles make fights. I think that'll be a boring fight, even though technically Tio's a more exciting fighter than Shakur.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And then Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, no.
Keyshawn, I don't know. Keyshawn, I feel like to me he hasn't proved nothing yet. Even though he's a world champ, but to me he's still he's
green.
not there. He's not there yet. I think he could be, but Rolly, I think Rolly got him.
I think Rolly got him, man. I think Rolly got him, honestly. You know what I think was underrated in Rolly's last performance? His movement, like his like the way he cut off the ring and set the tone on the range.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
taking his jab away.
Yeah, just like his feet were just
there.
I think his feet just is what made that fight so much different.
Yeah.
You know?
Then Conor Benn, I think that's probably the easiest fight for him. Ryan Garcia, we already seen what happened.
Yeah. Who knows, man? I mean, I'm so interested to see what happens now. Just based off their last performance.
Yeah.
But
and then number 4, Jaron Boots Ennis. Boots is putting belt the ass.
Yeah.
Like, I think I think he has his top 5 most knockouts or whatever. Like, and like power wise, like number 1's Better Biev. Like KO ratio, there we go. That's what I was trying to say. And I think Boots is up there, and I don't know. I think Boots is just too quick and slick.
Yeah, I think he's too slick and the power.
And Devin's he's very. I think he has good fundamentals, but I don't think he has the power to give something Boots to think about.
I think that's the thing about especially seeing Devin Haney's last couple performances. I feel like he's not quick on his feet to like change plan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when he realized something isn't working, like there's some fighters just like, I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, or they go back to the corner, they're like, oh, do this.
Yeah, like it's just like, I mean, per example, probably the best one right now is Inoue.
Yeah.
The way that he can just have one game plan, 10 seconds pass, whole different game plan. Whole different style, whole different way he's coming at you. He'll fight on the front foot, on the back foot, you know, the pace, the levels, you know, the angles, the range.
And if you catch him with something, or if you drop him, you're not gonna land that punch again.
Right, exactly. He's like, okay, that style probably isn't the best. Let me switch it up. I feel like Haney doesn't have that. He's got one game plan. I wouldn't say one style in general, because I think he can change it up. But he goes into a fight with that game plan, and the moment that game plan doesn't work, he's fucked.
He still tries to do
it. I personally think his fucking dad is a shit coach in the corner. His dad doesn't do shit for him. If you look at his advice, sometimes it's kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I think he fucks him up because he isn't honest with him. I feel like he's always trying to like be positive.
Yeah.
Be like, you fucking him up. You fucking him up. All the time he ain't doing shit, you know?
I guess I feel like if my dad was training me, I feel like I don't think I would want my dad to train me. Especially, I guess after a certain point.
Right.
Like, because there's eventually going to be a point where obviously, his knowledge is limited.
Right.
I would want to go to a trainer of someone who's been doing it for a while, who's been fighting the Excalibur fighters forever,
right,
or whatever.
Especially once your style gets a little stale.
Yeah.
If you feel like people are figuring out your style, and like I said, using Devin Haney as an example too, like he's limited on his game plans. So it's like I gotta come up with, like, my trainer, my dad can't come up with any more game plans. I need someone else to teach me new shit.
I guess that's why he went with Sugar Shane Mosley, but again, he's not. I don't think he was the main coach of the fight. So
yeah,
and then there's just some fighters that make bad coaches.
tell fucking Bill Haney to stop tweeting and maybe do some fucking research. Maybe study some tape and something. Maybe he'll be a better coach for his son instead of fucking tweeting hit list. How long you think it took him to write up that fucking hit list? He's out there for fucking 30 minutes fucking revising his list and shit instead of doing some other shit.
Just coming out big names.
I don't know, man.
But let's say Devin fights Boots and he beats Boots. Do you think he's back in that conversation of like being the best fighter?
I don't want to say best fighter, but
there was a conversation of him being like Floyd-esque.
Maybe.
If he beats Boots?
Let me ask you this. Solid big names on Boots' resume. Give me some.
The dude he fought last, I can't think of his name right now. Stanionis. Stanionis. Hold up. Now my mind's blinking out.
You can look him up.
Yeah, Stanionis. Ebenezian. I know it was one of them. Who else? Oh, Villa, Ramon Villa or whatever. Okay. Who else? Yeah, I guess those are the only couple names I guess I could think of.
I think that's just. I know it's like a different time and stuff like that, but that's sometimes my argument with some of these, like, who's the best, right? It's like, okay, you beat this big name, but what does that resume look like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just, and I get it's an era thing too, because there just isn't, like, the best isn't fighting the best. So sometimes you don't have these big names as opposed to even like 10 years ago, you know, like
and he fought
like Mayweather, like the people that he beat held weight because of who they beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like beating Manny, like that held weight because look at all the people on Manny's fucking resume that he beat, you know? I mean, even when Mayweather beat Canelo had some decent names on his resume by that time.
Yeah.
So I think that's the difference. But to your point, I don't know. That's why I just can't
respect it.
Yeah, like let's say there's a hypothetical Devin beats Boots. Like it just one. Now you have one big name on your resume, and that's it.
I think it's just also the promoters too.
And that's the two biggest names. Now you have Ryan and Boots. That's the two biggest names on Devin's.
Loma.
Oh, and Loma. Yeah, but he fucking lost that fight. In my opinion, that's a different talk.
That's funny you say that. I went to the gym and that's the fight they were playing.
Yeah, they play that fight a lot.
They must not fuck with Devin.
That's funny. Yeah, but I see that's But again, okay, and let's say he did win. You fought a old Loma.
Yeah.
How old was Loma when he fought that? Like fucking
30-something.
36 or something. How old is he right now?
I have no idea.
He's about to touch 40, you know?
Yeah, there's talks of him not coming back to.
I don't think he's gonna come back. I think after losing that to Devin, I've never seen Loma like.
That's sad. Like it's fucked up how they were making fun of him for crying.
Yeah.
Like to me, it was like people were talking shit like he was crying, this clowning him. But like, if you're passionate about something like that,
I think also reality hit him where he's like,
I'm old. Like not old.
No, but it's like that's it for my title run.
Yeah.
Like when am I getting another shot for real?
He fought Kambosos. He beat Kambosos. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. But I think it was that reality was like I'm just getting old. Like
I'm just becoming a stepping stone.
Right. I mean,
but Lomachenko, I feel like,
and I think it's because like to your point too, like you've had Kambosos too, but I think at that time Kambosos like they were trying to build him up a little bit, you know, like because from what he did,
that one fight,
they're like, man, this is the next dude. And they're trying to bring like more people to that side of the world, like more fans on that side of the world. Always having a fucking dude from that side of the world, like it gets people hyped, you know, because that's a big fighting culture out there too. So it's like, I think they were using Loma and that's my what I'm saying. Like Loma, that reality hit him was like, I'm old. Like, how many more shots am I really gonna get? And like you said, are they just gonna use me for my name at this point? So I don't think. Yeah, that fight was rough to watch after that.
Crazy how one big win can make you a whole career, like with Cambosis.
Yeah.
Like he's well off. Like he's made good money,
Right.
and he's fighting soon. He's fighting Keyshawn.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no, not Keyshawn. Oops.
No.
Africa.
Oh, I don't know who he was fighting, but yeah,
Richardson
I saw that
Hitchison's.
he's fighting soon.
Yeah, Richardson Hitchison's.
When I saw that he's fighting, I had no interest in that. I just.
Loma or not Loma. Cambosis called him broke.
Oh yeah.
He was like, man, He was just saying, who's your biggest payday? He was like, you, and he was like, and Cambosis was like, you want a bit of money on this? He's like 50,000, and Cambosis was like, you even got that in your bank
Oh
account?
shit! Disrespectful, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Cause he sells out arenas over there, Cambosis.
yeah,
So
for
he's
sure.
making good money.
Just to get his ass whooped.
Yeah, someone was like, he's the highest paid bum. I'm like, he's a world champ. Was
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
he's making more money than you and me? So shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
So if you want to call him a bum, then
yeah, it's just like that side of the world fucking loves that shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's a big fighting culture. They want a champ. They want a fighting champ out there.
yeah,
I think that's the thing about it. They want a fighting champ. So it's like anybody that's, I mean,
from the down under.
yeah. I mean, I know it's not, but even just that, like like that Pacific Islanders
Yeah.
and like Australians, like I feel like they kind of come together when it comes to like the fighting culture sometimes,
Yeah.
you know? And like, I always use like the Tafa brothers as an example. They suck.
Yeah.
I think they have like their combined, this is MMA, but what I'm saying is like, I always think about them because their combined record is fucking insanely bad.
Yeah.
And yet they're still like on the main card every single time when they're fighting on that side of the
Yeah.
world, whether it be Australia or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
or New Zealand. So it's like that's how the world loves that shit. So it makes sense that Cambosis. I mean, he took it, he ran with it.
Yeah.
He could have just became a bum. He could have just like chilled
Yeah.
after winning the belt,
And
you
not
know?
fought no one.
Yeah, or just but he took fight after fight. I feel like he was pretty active for like those 2-3 years after
And the
that.
people he fought aren't fucking. He fought Devin twice. He fought Loma, obviously. He fought someone Maxi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's fighting good people.
Yeah. So I mean,
Then he's fighting Richardson Hitchens now.
yeah. I mean,
T.O. to start it off. I can't forget about him.
yeah. That's crazy. He was kind of just a filler fight too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Wasn't Tio supposed to fight somebody else?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's because they kept rescheduling that fight because of COVID or whatever.
Mm.
But it just you overlook someone and then
Yeah. I mean, Tio said he was what? He beat himself.
Yeah. he had some disease or some
He
shit.
said, he ain't beat my ass.
I beat my.
I beat my own. I felt that.
Yeah.
That's my motto in life. I'm like, man.
He ain't beat me. I beat myself.
Yeah, I beat myself. But I don't know, man. You think the boxing world's gonna get a little better right now in the next couple years?
Maybe. I feel like with Turkey, maybe I don't know. Especially with him putting up good fights people want to see, or fights that even people don't want to see, and they end up being fucking really good.
I feel like I know it was a while back. You know who I feel like I don't know. This might be a little bold to say. I feel like who started this kind of chain effect of big fights happening?
Mm-hmm.
Fury.
Really?
Like once he fought Wilder,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like after that, like we saw like bigger. Like there were a little before that, it was a little quiet. You know, I get it. Like before that was COVID, and then it was a little, but I don't know.
And I feel I see what you're saying, but I feel like afterwards it kind of died down for at least like a year. And then the person that might be crazy to say it, but Ryan, when he fought Tank, I feel like afterwards that's when we started seeing really good fights, like David and what's his name, Plant. Cool Boy, NOA. I remember that summer of 2023 and like towards the half end of the year, that shit was crazy. Good fights.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
What year was that
What?
Ryan and Tank fight?
2023.
Damn. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's progressively getting a little better. I think in the past like 10 years, it was a little like a little stale for a little bit. You know, obviously COVID probably has something to do with it too, but I think it was a little stale before that too, and then it's been picking up a little bit. And I think last year was pretty fucking decent.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, last 2 years, I mean, even the heavyweight division's been popping.
You're getting fighters that should have won that lose, or you're getting underdogs like, your boy. I can't think of his name right now.
Who?
The one that beat Big Baby.
Oh, Bacoli?
Yeah. And then you're getting champs that.
You think Bacoli was a fucking
one night?
Yeah,
maybe.
I just think Anderson wasn't
that good.
Yeah, also, it just
Also, he be training with Shakur.
Who Anderson?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, why are you training with a lightweight? Train with someone like a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Like I get like light technical shit, but like Shakur's power ain't nowhere near, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's
and especially like he had a bunch of bad habits of like leaning back. Like I said, going back to like, I'm not saying he was probably sparring heavyweights and all that, but if your main partner that helps you get better is a lightweight, obviously leaning back.
Yeah. I mean, that's I was listening. You know, was one to me. What's the best like true combat or mostly MMA podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse podcast is really good.
Yeah.
But he had Tom Aspinall on there, and he was talking about just how hard it is to be a heavyweight, just to get like training partners.
Yeah.
He's like most of my training partners are like light heavyweights because like heavyweights are hard. Yeah. But on top of that, he was talking about how like the skill level, like we talked about, like sometimes like heavyweights just rely on power. But I didn't realize like Tom Aspinall, he said he had a weird like growth spurt. So it's like he was really small fighting like bigger dudes for a good portion. So that's why like his style is so like not like a heavyweight, you know, he moves around a lot and stuff like that. But then because of that, he used to spar a lot of boxers because he boxed for a little bit because he couldn't find MMA fights. He literally had to pay a guy to fight him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I think like there was gonna be like not take a dive, but like I think he had this guy going out to watch him fight, like a promoter or something like that, and he just couldn't get somebody to fight that night, and then he took money out of his pocket to add it to the to what they were offering to fight him.
Yeah,
just for someone to take the fight.
Yeah,
that's kind of fucking crazy. But he was saying because of that, he would just spar a lot of heavyweight boxers. But he was just saying because that level isn't there in heavyweight. So to your point, just all it takes is a little lean back sometimes for heavyweights.
Yeah.
And now they don't know what to do. Because sometimes heavyweights don't want to take that extra step.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm tired. I took 2 steps. I'm tired.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
Especially like a Bacoli or someone like that. Like,
But Bacoli, I think he just doesn't get tired because he doesn't squat down or nothing. He just stand up.
Yeah.
So you conserve a lot more energy when you're just straight up like that, you know?
And I think he's probably going to have to do more runs and all that because he can't rely for that one punch to land.
Who, Bacoli?
Yeah.
I mean, he lost his 2 fights ago. He lost.
He lost, what's his name? Parker.
It was Parker, right? Now, it was like a 1-day notice, though.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, but... and then he drawed on this one, and you said that it was kind of a steal, right? That they robbed the
other guy.
The other guy. I didn't watch it, but yeah. I don't know. It's just weird because they say Bacoli fucking sparred every heavyweight in the world, damn near.
Sparring champ.
Yeah, and then
knocked out Usyk, Fury, and all them.
So. Yeah, but yeah, I think the heavyweight division has been.
I want to see him in Big Bang.
Oh yeah,
someone ain't making it past the first.
They're both dying from fucking exhaustion.
Fuck.
Every single time I watch Big Bang fight, it fucking frustrates the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because he lands something, and then he goes on a little flurry.
Mm-hmm.
Gassed as fuck after that. He just.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. But then he killed the fucking Wilder.
Oh yeah, man.
That was,
God damn.
that shit was racial, man. That shit was.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
That shit. Like, he hit him like he owed him money or something, man. Because that shit was disrespectful.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn.
But I don't know. I think the boxing world. I mean, I still think he's a little bit creepy. Turkey,
Yeah. But something. He has a bigger plan.
He's scheming. You know. I mean, he's in bed with Dana White now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
I was gonna say someone else.
with Terrence Crawford. They hold hands and walk down.
Shit, if someone gives me fuck ton of money, I don't know, man.
Well, you hold your boyfriend's hand without no money, so
I'm not gay.
all right, man. Allegedly.
You be sending me kissy faces on messages. Editor, pop it up.
That's crazy. You're the editor.
I know.
And you're not gonna pop it up.
I remember what's on.
But what you call it? Yeah, I don't know. Turkey, I feel like he's got like this evil master plan. Like he's gonna trap all the boxers in Alcatraz when he sends them out there.
You saw? I had seen a clip of David Benavidez saying that Turkey wanted him to fight in Alcatraz, and he was like, "Fuck no."
That's funny.
I respect it, because what if you just fucking, I don't know, bro. You fucking get stabbed by something.
Oh yeah, you get
tetanus.
Tetanus. Yeah. I'm sure they'll make him get a tetanus shot before they go out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how Alcatraz would be laid out to make a boxing.
Top of the prison.
That'd be crazy. Fucking prison falls.
That'd be scary, especially with the wind, bro. You're fucking shivering.
Oh shit.
Especially you go back to the corner.
You ever seen that the tallest tennis field in the world?
This is the soccer. There's a soccer one and a basketball one. I feel like I've seen.
Oh, I saw a tennis one. It's like a helicopter pad. You're all the way at the top of a.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You
I had seen a basketball.
You blow the fucking ball over.
I'd seen a basketball. You fucking overshoot that shit.
Go get the ball. Fuck.
You gonna fucking look like a mountain goat fucking falling. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
God damn.
I love those videos with the eagles.
No, I haven't seen those.
Well, because eagles, like mountain eagles, they take the mountain goats and they realize I don't gotta do a lot of shit.
I just gotta
push like they kind of grab them a little bit with the talons, just enough that they lose their grip.
Yeah.
And they.
I had seen one where a mountain goat fucking fell, and then so I had seen someone comment, "I wonder if he's okay." Motherfucker did like 3 barrel rolls.
Yeah, I saw a bear.
Yeah,
I saw a video. You saw the bear one? Yeah,
brown bear.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
And he kept going.
Yeah,
I was like, I thought he was gonna survive.
I thought so too. My dumb ass thought. I don't know why I never.
I thought it was a lot less higher.
Yeah,
and then after like the first 5 seconds, he kept rolling. I'm like, oh no, he ain't making it.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'd seen someone comments like, how come you're not doing nothing?
What do you mean?
Like they asked the cameraman, like, why'd you go?
That's funny.
No.
But yeah, I think boxing world is gonna be all right. MMA world is kind of fucking weird right now. Well, UFC, I mean, that's kind of what I follow the most.
Yeah.
Heavyweight.
Kind of.
You think they should strip John Jones of the belt?
If it would have been any other champ, they would have stripped him like a year ago.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the 2 things I've been thinking about, right? To me, it's so funny that Dana White doesn't want double champs anymore because he says that he doesn't want a weight class to be held up because of that. You saw that's his reasoning for no more double champs?
Yeah.
And that's why he strips them of like their belt. Like you have to give up your belt to not hold up a weight class. But John Jones been holding up the weight class for fucking 2 years. And really, he wasn't even longer than that because he wasn't supposed to fight fucking Stipe.
Yeah.
No one wanted to watch that fight.
No one fucking, yeah.
No one wanted to watch that fight. So he just, but from there, I do hear that allegedly it's his plan to hold off on that fight, Tom Aspinall and John Jones, because their ESPN contract is going to be done. And so I heard he's using that as a bargaining chip to whoever signs him first. that will be the fight, the first fight. Mm-hmm. So, and again, we were talking this earlier. When it comes to champs, there's no bigger champ, like him or not, than John Jones right now as a champ. You know, like globally known. Like that's a crazy thing. I feel like maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. There isn't any champs right now that are like casual favorites.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Besides John Jones, Anklov, no. even not casuals don't like Anklov.
What's the JDM now?
JDM, yeah.
Wait, middleweight is DDP.
Oh, DDP. Yeah, sorry. Okay, DDP. No one knows DDP.
That's my boy, man.
Even people that watch MMA for real, they're like they're still confused as fuck. They still can't believe that he's up there. Not that they don't like him.
Yeah.
But everybody's still confused that he's
funny though.
He is.
Like one thing, I feel like bro, they be fucking. I feel like DDP's a good guy, but people just be pissing him off, and then that's why he be saying some slick shit.
I love the memes where it's like a cartoon edit.
Yeah.
And he's like DDPB type dude, and it's like he pulls out like a cartoon bat or something.
Yeah.
I saw this one meme where it's like it was like a screenshot of like Kamzat, but he was making kind of like a surprise face. Mm-hmm. He's like Kamzat when a second DDP enters the ring.
Yeah.
It talks like Bugs Bunny and says, I'm glad I'm not that guy, and he points at them. But again, DDP, not a lot of casuals know him. JDM. No one knew he was gonna fucking become champ. He was just in the background doing everything.
Neither did I.
And then even before JDM, what was the guy's name? No, but Bilal. I mean, no one liked Bilal.
Yeah.
I never understood the hate, but no one liked Bilal. Then under him is
Islam.
Makhachev. Him might be the closest, but not maybe in the States.
Yeah.
But I think he deserves the love from the casuals because he's so fucking good.
Yeah. And it's not like he's a heavy wrestler. Like, he mixes it up, but...
Yeah.
I think he's growing on me now.
Yeah, I
like him.
Yeah, I think, yeah, especially...
And he's funny, too.
Yeah, I like him. I think that's who... I don't know. To me, everybody talks about Khabib and stuff like that. Like, that's possibly who Khabib could have evolved to be, you know, if he would have stayed around longer. Yeah. And I would have gave Khabib more flowers than I give him right now. I think Islam is better than Khabib.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about like rankings of all-time greats, I'll put Islam over Khabib any day. But that's besides the point. And then under that, Ilya, or no, Volk.
Oh, yeah.
Volk.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Again, maybe on that side of the world in Australia, a lot of people know him, but not a lot of casuals. Under that, Marab. I think that's the only other.
The casuals, no.
No. Sean.
Oh, yeah. Sean. Yeah.
He was like the biggest. Like, that's why they want him to be. That's probably why they're giving him another title shot.
Yeah, I get it.
Because no casual. I mean, he was probably the biggest, like, casual.
Yeah, market
that's been around for a long time. And then under that, Pantoja. No one knows Pantoja.
No.
So that's the thing. There's no like champs that bring in casuals anymore. So but going back to that, that's what I heard, that they're trying to use that John Jones, Tom Aspinall fight as like a bargaining chip to make that happen. To like, I don't know, entice someone to offer more money.
Imagine just fucking Tom just knocks out Jones in like the first minute.
I can see that happening, man. I think that's more probable than him hurting him later on.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like John Jones' IQ will pay off later in the fight. You know?
Yeah.
But I think Tom Aspinall's explosiveness is something that John Jones has yet to experience, especially at heavyweight.
Especially someone as quick as him.
Yeah.
And then if not, John Jones is gonna fucking be a little bitch and poke his eye.
I saw, who was it? I think it was Rampage Jackson. He was like,
as soon as you start doing good against Jones, he starts cheating.
Yeah. But I heard he was talking about like, he was like, they should do an under or over how many eye pokes when John Jones fights. He's like, that's what some of the betting places should do. But I don't know. My money's on Tom Aspinall, man.
Yeah.
I think
the first 2 rounds, if Tom has to get him out of there, because if not, like you said, John Jones, whether you like him or not, his experience against high level fighters, and then his wife, I feel like you got to.
That's wild to sneak in there.
I was trying to keep a straight face, but yeah, you gotta give him his flowers.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to. I think something that's maybe underrated is his pace.
Yeah,
It's so unique. Like he's breaking you down and keeping you at his pace
yeah.
the whole time. I feel the only time that you didn't see that is when he fought.
Gustafson,
No,
DC.
no, he fucking fuck. What's his name? The controversial. Did he win or not?
What's his name? Mexican dude,
Yeah, fucking damn. I forgot his name.
Dominic Reyes.
Dominic Reyes. That's the only time that I feel like you didn't see
Mm-hmm.
Jones control the pace the whole time. And we saw how close that fight was.
Yeah,
So I think that's one of the most underrated things, in my opinion, on Jones. Just that pace. Like he dictates the pace.
mm-hmm.
And because of that, if Tom Aspinall isn't able to dictate his pace in the first 2 rounds, I think
GG's,
Jones is just gonna fucking break him down.
Yeah,
But I like Tom Aspinall. I like I've been seeing a couple of his recent interviews.
I don't have nothing personal against you, John, but I want that belt.
Yeah.
That was the nicest call out I've ever seen.
Yeah. I feel bad for him though. He's missing out on his prime years just because of fucking Jones.
And it's not like he can move up or down. Like
no, he can't move down. And then there's nothing else.
Yeah, it's some bullshit.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's the other thing, because they're like, why don't you just fight if you're so good? But it's like,
why? I'm the number one contender. I beat the scariest guy was the Russian guy. Can't think of his name right now.
Volkov?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Volkov? The one that was knocking out everyone?
Or
yeah. Sergey.
Yeah, Sergey, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like, it's not fair for Tom to. He's defended that interim belt the same amount of times as John defended the fucking actual.
Yeah. Even like when they made him fight, the fact that they made fucking Aspinall fight his only loss, Curtis Wade, and that's because he blew his fucking knee.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fucking fight, it wasn't really a loss, you know. So it's like even that shit is crazy, because they try to build it up like, oh, the rematch, but it's like
then he knocked his ass out straight.
Yeah, like that. If he wouldn't have blown out his knee, he would have fucking won that fight too.
Yeah.
It's not like nothing crazy. They're trying to compare it to like Cheeto and Sean.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like some could argue that Cheeto maybe checked something or leg kicked him enough.
Yeah.
To make Sean's leg go out.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall was just a freak accident. You jumped a certain way, your knee goes out. What are you gonna do about it? And I tell you, I've been listening to some of his interview with Tom Aspinall. He's a cool dude, man. He lives a cool life. He's chill as fuck. Seems like a good family man. He just talks about his kids and his wife all the time. His dad. His story about like the way he talks about his dad is super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was saying his dad was one of the first black belts and jiu-jitsu black belts in all the UK.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he got a good ground game then, huh?
Yeah. And so because of that, but also his dad put him. It's kind of interesting to hear that shit. It's nice to hear it, that he got into MMA because of his dad, like to spend time with his dad. Like that's what they did to bond.
Okay.
So like he got into one of the karate type things,
like Taekwondo,
something like that. Because of his dad, and like wrestling because of his dad, jiu-jitsu because of his dad, boxing because like just shit that they would do together. And that's just how he went. And his dad is his main coach and his manager.
Yeah.
So that's kind of dope to hear. But I think that's why Tom Aspinall is so fucking good, because he's been doing this shit fucking forever.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how hard it is to be an MMA fighter in the UK. Well, back then, not anymore.
Yeah. And then I feel like how his dad is, I feel like that's how boxers should have their dad. Like, he's still there, but he's not the main one talking.
Right.
Taking up the spotlight. And I feel like that's what Fernando Vargas is doing with his sons.
Yeah.
Like, he's not, like, his dad's a world champ.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest, I think, one of the youngest at 20, and he's not there fucking. I'm gonna fight this. Like
Yeah.
because his dad's like, I already had my spotlight. Why do I want more? I'm trying to put my sons on. So
Right. Right. No, that's dope. Yeah, I've been seeing those.
the Vargas
Especially
brothers,
a younger one. You know,
Emiliano, yeah,
he's doing his thing online.
yeah. I feel like him, like I
Like
was,
him, his YouTube, his Instagram. You know,
yeah,
and he's got that suave thing that I was talking
yeah,
about that some fighters can have, and I think that helps him. But like to your point, like his dad pops out on his vlogs every now and then,
hmm,
but he's just there coaching. You
yeah,
know, he drops some motivational shit and he dips. You know,
yeah.
that's it. But I did like Vargas, the younger one. What's the younger one?
Emiliano,
Emiliano Vargas. He was talking about his dad just told him like his motivation is he's like every punch that I received was for y'all.
mm,
You know,
mm,
and he's like, and I take on that. So now it's like I gotta like pay it back to him, but also like set it up for the Vargas family to continue. That's like a dope.
and I think his son, skill for skill, I think his son is a lot better than the dad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his dad was just, I think, just a dog.
yeah.
His dad was just a
He was,
dog.
yeah, yeah. And then you know how there was the rivalry with him and Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
You know how it started?
How?
They were running together at Big Bear, and they were training together. And then this was with Robert Garcia, I think. And then I guess Fernando must have slipped because it's obviously snowing up there. He slipped and fell into the snow, and Oscar was just clowning him. And then he didn't help him get up or nothing. And then ever since then, he took that.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. Kind of petty, but that's funny.
And then he was roasting the fuck out of Oscar at the press conferences.
That's funny.
When he was making fun of his voice, he was like, I sound like this. He was fucking clowning
That's
his
funny.
ass.
That's funny.
And then he was like, oh, look, he's about to cry. He a little bitch. And then Oscar got up. He was like, he has a glass jaw, and I know where to hit him.
Oh shit! No, I didn't see that, but that's
Yeah.
funny. Hey man, maybe they can hit an exhibition match. The uncles, man. Give them a couple modelos. And it's gonna be like a real Mexican party. The two Mexican uncles fighting.
Oh, they gonna be for real, man.
Nah, yeah, yeah, but oh man, I think we're getting to an interesting. I think boxing might be.
When it's come up again.
Yeah, it might get interesting again. I mean, we're seeing bigger fights happen. Turkey's doing his thing and with these like interesting things. The only thing, and we've had this talk a lot, is about Mexican champions.
Yeah.
How there's this is for the people listening. I have no problem with the Mexican Americans champions. The issue, it's not an issue, but the thing is, when they win a belt
Mm-hmm.
and they're registered as a champion in the history books, they come up as American,
Yeah.
right? Which kind of, again, I mean, we're Mexican American. We love being Mexican American. It's a cultural thing. But also, it's like on the boxing history side, I see it as, like it or not, Mexico is one of the pillars of boxing. I feel like, I don't know, this might be a little, maybe people have different opinions, right? But I feel like there's only a handful of countries that make up a pillar of the boxing world. I think U.S., Mexico, Britain.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe Japan.
Especially now. And I feel like Japan has always had boxers, but now that they're like, I want to say in their golden era.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta just this history right now with Japanese boxer with like the Inoue's, the Nakatanis, and then there's a fighter coming up. I mean, he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his name, but he's nice.
Yeah, I think Japan's like you said. It's always been in the background. I think the Islanders have been doing their thing.
Yeah,
they like combat sports forever.
Yeah,
and that discipline is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think that's why it makes it a pillar.
Yeah,
of boxing world. And then obviously there's like honorable mentions like Puerto Rico,
Yep,
Cuba. But sometimes I think about that more as a style.
Yeah,
More than like a country. You know, like yes, there's big names coming out of there, but it's like
not a lot.
It's not just that it's a lot, but I think more of the style.
Yeah,
You know, like it's a teachable style as opposed to like
the Soviet or whatever.
No, I'm saying like those are teachable styles as opposed to like I think like Mexicans and U.S. fighters and British people, they fight with that flag on their shoulder. Like it's part of the fighting style.
Yeah.
Like the Mexican style is a style.
Yeah.
The U.S. style is a style. The British style is a style. Japanese style is a style. You know? So, anyways, going back to the thing, what I'm trying to get my point across is that's the only thing that makes me sad about Mexico, where it's like it's one of the biggest pillars of boxing history, and now there's not gonna be no more like big Mexican champs
for a little bit.
For
who knows how long?
Who knows how long? Like I said, like him or not, Canelo
is the
biggest name in boxing for a long time. Biggest Mexican boxer probably of all time. And this is something that Pedro and I talked about too. I know people hate to say it, but probably the best Mexican champion of all time.
For skill, yeah.
And our argument about that too is just the discipline. And this is something maybe a cultural thing where we have to do better as a culture. But you have all these Mexican champs who get to the fucking peak and they just fucking blow it on women, drugs, alcohol, parties, and shit like that. And so their peak isn't for a long time.
And I feel like for certain fighters, I feel like it's hard, especially with Chavez after he fought one of the Puerto Rican fighters. Have you heard that story? So after the fight, there's just he goes back to a room or somewhere to party or just to talk about the fight. And then there's a bunch of fucking narco, like the Chapo was there, some other ones, like big names. Like they were beefing at the time, but they went to watch Chavez fight. And then I guess he was like, that's the first night I did coke or some shit. And then they kept asking him, like they were fanning out with Chavez being there. And then Chavez was like, yeah, cállense. Dame pinche perico.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
There's some shit like
that.
Yeah,
I did see. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because it wasn't his first time, but he was saying that he was asking for coke and no one had coke. And he's like, how the fuck y'all the biggest cartel people in the world and no one's got coke?
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck it, I'm about to leave. That's what you just said, you know? And they're like, no, wait. But it's so funny that the biggest like cartel members had no coke on them and no one had coke. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. But see, going back just so we can emphasize, I think it goes beyond the skill. Like it sounds corny, but I think a true champion goes outside the ring. That's why Ali is arguably one of the best of all time, right? Because it's not just what he did in the ring. Outside. He's got losses. Yeah. You know? He's had bad performances. But it's like the impact that he did outside. Right?
Yeah.
Canelo maybe not
as much.
Like culturally, you know, but to me as a Mexican, seeing that the first champion, right? Boxing champ, and one of the first like just top athletes. Because it's not just in boxing, right? Mexicans get a little money, they fucking hit the shitter, you know? They fucking
beat their wives, coke, drugs.
Yeah, fucking just blow it. Just fucking ruin their career. And Canelo, to think he's the first one to get to that, not that all of them fall off and do this, but what I'm saying is
majority
to get to that stardom and stay at that stardom as long as he has, I feel like people have to put that into the equation as one of the best. You know? I love Chavez. I love watching his fights. But it's like we can't like reward him with the title as the best Mexican when he did a lot of fuck shit, you know, and didn't hold the flag up high as he should have, as Canelo has.
Yeah.
So, but what we're trying to get at too is
I think Chavez overall, I think he's probably the biggest Mexican fighter that Mexico's ever produced.
Yeah.
Just in the sense of like who he brought out. Like I think when he fought Macho Camacho, Vicente Fernandez sung the national anthem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was watching that fight and I was like, what the fudge?
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think too, though, like raw talent, Chavez is probably like the best Mexican boxer.
Yeah.
Like just raw talent. Because Like I feel like Canelo's style was taught.
Yeah.
Chavez, it was just in him.
Yeah.
He was just born with it, you know.
And then he went to Kronk, Detroit. Kronk
Oh,
Gym.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I had seen a shirt that looked cool. It was like Chavez x Kronk. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was trying to find it. I had seen it. Some British dude was selling like in his shop, and I was trying to find some, and I was like, I can't find nothing here. That looked cool.
Yeah, but yeah, sucks. There's no big Mexican name that's gonna fill in Canelo's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think it was Munguia, but
Yeah.
we see how he's been doing. Yeah, so all big Mexican names, they're Mexican Americans, which, I mean, I'll still support them. I'm still all for it.
What about David?
It's fucking,
Congrats to him. He had another kid.
yeah, I guess, but fucking, I don't know. He's born in the States, and only one of his parents is Mexican.
Yeah.
And you call yourself the Mexican monster. I just don't get it. You don't fuck with your other half of your blood. You don't think that's a little disrespectful to his other half?
Cause he moved. From what I know, is he moved away from his mom. His mom, I think she's the one that's Ecuadorian, and then he moved with his dad. So obviously, he's probably a lot closer to that side of his family than
but again,
the Ecuadorian. And then he has a Mexican wife. They're making fun of him. They're like, this dude can't pull out of a driveway.
That's funny. I don't know. I don't like Benavides. I just think but to your point, he used social media the right way, and before he had big names like Plant. What's his Morel. That's crazy. If you really think about it, Plant's probably the first big name he's had. No,
Andrade, Plant, Morel. I was about to say Morel. Go Plant, Morel, Andrade. What's his name? He fought Plant. He got knocked out by Plant. That crazy knockout. Anthony Durrell.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Who else? I think his 4 biggest.
Yeah.
He was gonna fight someone else, but
before those names, he had a big name, and I think it was just by calling out Canelo.
Yeah.
For so long that helped him get that Plant fight, which then I think, based off that performance, shot him out to have these much bigger fights too. So I don't know. Like I said, but just in theory, there's no big Mexican name on the coming up who would be, unified champ American. Or anything. But yeah, I mean, Bam, your favorite?
Bam, Virgil, Chop. Again, a lot of Robert Garcia fighters, but
yeah, but even just, I mean, who knows how many belts he'll get? But name wise, Ryan, he's Mexican American. Like all these known Mexican fighters,
Mexican,
90% of them are Mexican American. And again, the only thing that kind of sucks is on paper they come up as just American.
Yeah,
which, like I said, is a little disrespectful to not give credit to the Mexican style.
Yeah.
Because that Mexican style is still there. I think the U.S. style and Mexican style, very different styles.
And there's some fighters that can mix it really well together.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the beauty about being those Mexican Americans, I think, like Bam.
Yeah.
Bam is that's a fucking...
It's generational.
He takes the best of both fucking styles.
Yeah.
And none of the flaws.
Yeah.
From him. And he's bad motherfucker,
And watching that fight with, not Quadras, with Gallo, that shit was crazy.
They kept reposting this thing on my page about who the fuck was he fighting? You probably saw it. The little feint that he dips.
Oh, so Quadras.
So they react like he's about to throw a cross,
but
then he comes up with the uppercut.
Yeah.
That shit, those little tiny fucking moves
that
he has.
Them angles. Yeah. He switched into orthodox.
Yeah.
When that fight was his world. That's when he became a world champ.
Oh yeah.
And it was like on a week notice.
No shit.
And originally he was supposed to fight a 10-round fight.
Oh shit.
10 or 8. I'm pretty sure it was 10, but you're fighting one of the 4 kings of that weight in Quadras. And he beats him in spectacular fashion, and then he goes on and fights one of the other 4 kings in Sarong Vasai. Yeah. Shoot.
It'd be dope if there was if they could like show a category of Mexican American,
Yeah.
like separate it,
Mm-hmm.
because like there's no other there like at the amount
That there is. Yeah.
that there is of Mexican Americans. Like I get like there's people from different countries that
Like Puerto Rico or whatever.
yeah, that rep different countries, but like
The majority is probably Mexican.
I feel like Mexican American is like its own thing, you know? Because like I said, I think it's its own style, it's its own thing too. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like said,
and
it's sad to see that Mexico, that pillar is like crumbling.
I feel like there's just gonna be a burst of like those type of Mexican fighters, because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like there's gonna be a burst, like they're all gonna just pop up out of nowhere.
I hope so.
So
I mean, but we've talked about this, and it kind of wraps into talking about like Mexican champs and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Like we're talking about the gyms, like
Yeah.
none of them have like none of that money comes back to Mexico for real to set up like future champs. You know, like you have these mega gyms in the States,
Yeah.
that are producing these champs. You know, in Mexico you don't.
Yeah.
Why? Who fucking knows, right?
And
But
then the Olympics too, like amateurs, like that shit's corrupt.
no,
I guess that's how it is with soccer too.
yeah, you gotta know somebody to know somebody. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like I feel like
That's why Mexico doesn't have a lot of Olympic medals. It's because there's no point of like they don't see it. The point of them keep having this deep amateur pedigree if they might not either make it to the Olympics or whatever.
right, yeah, and there's no money behind it.
And there's just certain fighters, as soon as they turn 15, 16, they're pro.
Yeah, like I always think about it. It's funny. And this is the last story before I gotta go. My uncle, the one that you seen me work with.
Oh yeah.
He was he got called in to be in
America?
the what division is it? Like the
Second?
whatever fucking division, you know?
Uh-huh.
But they don't make money playing there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he got called in because he was that good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, do you spend your time just fucking playing for free?
Yeah.
Or do you go get a real job?
Yeah.
You know? And so because of that, well, he had to get a real job. Who knows how far he would have got, right? But then I feel like that's a typical thing in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, like even with those, like you said, like why have this long ass degree, this long ass pedigree, and like amateurs and all that, for what? If the money isn't there, for what? For fame? Not even fame, because no one really cares if you go to Olympics either.
Mm-mm.
You know,
especially nowadays.
Yeah, nowadays.
Maybe if it was like 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you really just gotta do it for the love of your country and the love for the game, because there's no money behind it. There's no glory behind it, really. It's just, so I don't know. I mean, I hope that you're right, that there's gonna be a burst, but I don't see there. I mean, who knows? Maybe though in like 5 years.
Yeah.
But I don't think in less than 5 years, there's nobody. There's probably some little fucking 14-year-olds right now though.
Yeah.
That are popping shit. You know, in 5 years they're gonna hit 19 and they're about to blow up. But who knows, man? I just don't see it happening. As a cultural thing, I see that Mexico sometimes we fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't invest in the most important thing, which is ourselves. So with that note, appreciate y'all listening to the first episode of Combat Talk. Today we're just kind of over the place. Like I said, there isn't much going on the weekend, so that's why we talked about random stuff. Usually, if there's bigger cards and more things, we'll probably dive more into the things going on the weekend and give y'all more predictions and maybe break down what we think is going to happen and the fighters and stuff like that. Yeah. Anything you want to add before we head out?
Nope.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all. This was Combat Talk.
Episode 1. Subscribe, turn on post notification, give us 5-star rating on Spotify, and
comment too.
Yep.
All right, y'all. See ya.
Peace.